Try. Okay.
Yeah, he wants the slides.
Okay.
But if I check if my RMS, they are all in there. So I don't know.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. There only, like, and we are getting that concept, and because here that igno materials are very well designed and such a manner that it will be easy to understand, and with that, all the concept is collaborated there. So that's means very much educated information are there. So it's just I have highlighted some points only. Yes, yes. Okay, and I will also send. No, no, no issue, no problem. So here, so we have discussed so many things, so many concepts. But okay, so can anyone say that? Can you, if you see a person, okay, if you just see a person, can you recognize that if that person is addicted or not? Can you recognize if you have a come across a person, can you recognize if that person is addicted? No, can you, can anyone recognize that person? But
Yes,
how
addicted
how
person.
how
Addicted person is easy to identify because the person cannot concentrate whatever he or she does as long as the person is addicted to alcohol. So that's it. The person fails to think properly because without drinking alcohol, he cannot make the decision. He cannot do his routine activity he does during the day. So the best way the person to concentrate on his life is to take the alcohol because the person is addicted.
okay, and means if you ever interact, if I will ask about me, okay, if can you recognize me as a addicted person?
No.
Why? How you finalize, means how you get the means if I'm means no, what are the reasons, means what's in your mind, that's I'm asking. Because yeah, that because that's a the social worker, because I told now addiction is very complex things. Some person is very good in their denial phase, and some person also very good in their work, but they are somewhere they are very much addicted. So is there any specific things to recognize addicted persons, any specific
other
symptoms?
Other things, other can be specifically identified, but others you cannot, uh,
Yes.
based on the what the person is addicted to. Huh?
Yes.
Yes. So, like I give the example for alcohol.
Yes.
Uh, the person is addicted to alcohol, cannot stay a day without drinking, which means he might feel like not not fit because he did not take the alcohol on that particular day. But I don't know if same applies to for those who takes drugs cannot fit for the day because the person is used to use the drugs like that.
Okay. Okay. That that is one of some aspects to identify an addicted person. And there are also very, like, if you go for as we are discussing in the schools settings, okay, uh, so can if you are in working means school, so can you identify if any children is addicted, what could be the symptoms if children is addicted? How you will recognize that person?
Hello.
Yes, yes, please.
Technically, addiction. You, as you say, it's a complex. It's a complex thing because
Yes,
we are not only limited to alcohol. There are other substances that are also used because, like for example, in Malawi and India, we may have different types of drugs that are addictive or mostly used.
yes,
So there are some that will have what we call clinical symptoms. Those who have reached at a stage of maybe withdrawal syndromes. So those ones can be easily be identified, but there are others that are in their maybe inception stage, others are in the middle stage, and since most of these addictive products are prohibited on the free market, people will try to hide their characters and attitudes for being maybe penalized by the law or the society. So most of the times, like we try to triangulate these drug users or addicts according to their groups. There'll be specific groups that are involved in such drugs.
right,
Others display maybe some clinical wounds, especially those who inject each other. They'll have some.
right, right. So, my point, yes, yes,
Yes, just to add,
yes,
your question you said, how can a child be recognize the addicted? You say so, right? Hello.
yes, yes. Once again,
Yes.
maybe your voice is at least a little bit breaking. Yes,
Okay. Your
yes,
question is, you
yes,
said, how can we recognize a child who is addicted?
yes,
You
yes,
say so, right?
yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So I wanted to add from that. If a child
Okay,
is addicted to something like drugs, alcohol, or
yes,
even a phone or a video game, can be
yes,
recognized, or can be noticed changes in their behaviors, body and daily life. Some of the common signs that the child is addicted, you can say the behavior can change. It can change in
yes,
terms of they become angry, sad,
yes,
uh, say selective. They lose interest in things they used to enjoy. They start lying or stealing. They avoid family influence. Even the body changes. So the body changes in terms of the looks. They look tired or weak all the time.
right.
The eyes may become red or sleepy. They look, they lose or gain weight quickly. They may have mask on their arms or smell differently. The other thing can daily life changes. Their school performance drops. They stop caring about hygiene. They always need money but don't explain why. They they also stay out late or disappear for no for long hours. Thank you, madam.
Yes, yes, yes. I think someone raised hand to the, yeah, please. And who, anyone raised hand? They want to speak. Hello, Kalipa. Anyone raised hand? Yes, please. Want to speak? Want to add any point? Okay.
Yes, madam.
Yes, yes, please, please.
I think most of the times it is very difficult to recognize, especially in its early ages or stages of
Right.
addiction. Even though the changes do apparent in social, physical, psychological, even in in behavior. But it's difficult to judge that these changes are coming up because of addiction, unless otherwise that you have consulted the addicted person who is showing some changes in physical, social, uh,
Right.
and whatever, and have the assessment. From there, it's when maybe you can draw out the line or the conclusion that this is addiction. Thank you.
Right, right. Yeah, okay. Anyone? I think someone want to add any point? Anyone else? Okay. So, because yes, yes, please.
I was trying to run away from a point that cannot identify these children, because then what is our role if we can say that we can't identify these children? As much as we agree that addiction is a complex thing, but uh, if you were following Chipiro, what was being highlighted, that to say addiction can be recognized in children, in older children, and as well as in adults. However, we as social workers, we need to take a grasp into understanding what is addiction, what are the behaviors, what are the physical signs, what are the emotional signs, and what could be other signs, and what do we need to do when we suspect maybe drug use and drug abuse. But signs are there. We can we can highlight them specifically and identify. Maybe just to highlight what Chipiro was saying. Chipiro in her retaliation, she was saying to say that there'll be changes in appearance. For example, if we have to identify somebody who speaks marijuana, who smokes marijuana, you notice the unkemptness of the hair, the poor hygiene, the changes in the hair dressing styles.
Yes.
Others relate maybe smoking marijuana and religious affiliations. Some will show weight loss, or some will gain weight.
Right.
There'll be some changes in weight or appetite. Some eyes will be red, the bloodshot eyes or the dilated pupils. There'll be changes in sleeping patterns. These are observers. These behaviors can be signs can be observed from others who portray tremors, or they'll be shaking. And there could be other behavior signs that including changes in sudden mood swing, irritability, aggression behaviors, loss of interest in activities, or the things that a child used to do, maybe playing soccer, watching games. You see that there'll be a reduction in such interest. And the Chipid also mentioned about they'll try to be very secretive. They will hide things, they'll hide substances. At times, they will ostracize themselves from their friends. Uh, those who go to school, basically, there'll be an academic disturbance somewhere, poor grades, absenteeism, or lack of motivation. These the signs are there. We shouldn't say that they're not signs. These children that needs our help. So signs are there. So it's up to us to master or into the aspects of these children's behavior. Because once and for all, we need to identify first what are the behaviors of young people. What do they like? What do they dislike? What are their wants? What are their needs? Yeah, so from there, it's when we can tell the difference to say, okay, I think this is a need of a young person. Why is it not in that need? What is happening to that person? So we need also to take an interest in what young people are up to. I actually work with young people across the country. I'm one of the national trainers for um, sexual reproductive health rights. So drug abuse and drug use is one of the key elements of adolescent health and behavior change. That's why I'm clinging to say, no, there are signs. We can look for these signs. And if we need maybe an extra light up, we can help the class by specifically such behaviors in young people. But young people out there, they need our help, and this is a real thing. And as social workers, and I believe that we have a very good role that we can play as role models, as counselors, as preventive mechanisms, as linkages, as referrals, to help this young generation from enlarging or from practicing drug use and drug abuse.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, you have highlighted many crucial points, and true means that identification of addiction is very much important, because it's sometimes there is no signs, or then sometimes maybe some generalized signs. So, uh, in schools or anywhere, if you come across, we should have that. I to understand means to recognize that person, and specifically in schools or in the children case, it is difficult. Maybe, but as a social worker, or we will incorporate, or we'll have that skill. We can recognize and just do whatever the adequate treatment, all the things to that person. Uh, Understanding or recognizing a person who is addicted is very much important, at maybe it at home or at school, or with her friend circle or somewhere. And as he told lastly, that playing a role model everywhere, it is like solution. It is like very big solution if we can play a role model among that, in front of that youth or children. So that will put a very positive impact, because only teaching or creating awareness also a big part, but but there is very lack of role model in our society nowadays. Very there is that we are not finding any role model or any such people whom we can follow, or we. So as a social worker, if we can play that role model, specifically in drug abuse, addiction, all these cases, it will be very helpful, or it will put a very big impact in our surroundings. So I think, and till now we got some concept, and uh, and we share our experience, which is very very much good. And anyone or anything you want to share today, or uh, shall I means end this class? Did you understand today class?
I have a question, madam.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
please.
You said tomorrow it's public holiday. We are not having a class, right?
Right, right, you are not having it.
Yeah. So we are having a class on Thursday. Are we going to proceed with you, or we are receiving another lecture, or
You
we are still
okay, tomorrow Thursday will be my last class, then we'll be having another lecture.
okay? Thursday we are starting with another lecture, which means
Yes,
with
yes.
you we are doing today, right?
With me, Thursday will be the last only.
Oh, okay, fine. Now I understand.
Okay, and you will be having another 6 sessions with another lecture and another topic. Okay, we'll be
Yes,
winding up
yes.
this topic in our last session, that is on Thursday.
All right. Now I
Okay.
get it. Because according to the schedule, it seems like from today we are supposed to start another lecture. So we still having you. So I wanted to the clarification on that.
Yes, 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 yes. We have one more, because we have 6 classes, so we'll be continuing on Thursday. That will be the last class. Then you will be all sent for next news subject with new lecture. Okay. So that's why I told tomorrow you don't have any class. So if you have time, just have some brief all the concepts. So we'll be winding up in our. We'll discuss all the things all together, and we'll wind up in our last section. We'll right. So I will expect that all should be there in my last sessions. Okay. I'm expecting all will
Okay.
join. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, happy Mahashivratri. Yes, this is very big festival for us. Tomorrow is like we will all go for temples, like a lots of. It's very rush to temple whole day. The temple people will come and in having some prayers and all the things in temples. Okay, thank you, thank you. See you in my last session Thursday. Please join that day. Thank you for today.
Okay, ma. Thank you for the
Thank you,
presentation.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Yawwa, mama mun gode. Mun gode mama, gobe insha Allah. Appreciated, ma. Appreciate ma. Mun gode. Eh, eh,
Guys, ma will holiday. Request windy area.
Can we like?
Activity.